Joining us on this edition of Catching Up with the Ramily, running back for the Arizona Cardinals, Fordham class of 2018, the Patriot League's all-time rushing leader, Chase Edmonds. Emmanuel Barbari with you. Chase, thanks for being here.
I appreciate you having me, Manny.
Chase, you've progressively improved your production year 1 to year 3 in the NFL. What have you learned about yourself as a pro over that span?
I think just the biggest thing for myself and really just kind of as a generic type of key for young players in the NFL is that it's really about confidence. Year one, I kind of took on the role of just really being David Johnson's backup. And then year two, I got a little expansion in that role. And I kind of started to get my confidence going and figured out that, okay, I can make some plays on this field. And then kind of going in towards year three, man, it was just really like, I know I can play with these guys now. And, I know I can be a big-time player, not just for this team, but hopefully for this league. That's what I'm working towards. And I think this year I'll have the opportunity.
Looking at that growth this year, of course, unlike any other season that the NFL has seen dealing with COVID-19 and everything that went with it, how much different was the preparation and production this season?
Man, the preparation was, you really had to be locked in, man, just because with all the COVID guidelines, I mean, if you get a guy that gets popped for a positive, now they'd have us wear these little tracers where it's kind of like tracing your all movements, and it's showing that whether you're social distancing or not between someone and like the close contact protocols. But we get a guy that gets popped on a Monday, bro, or the facility might be shut down Tuesday and Wednesday, and everything's virtual. And it's kind of like, okay, it's a 48-hour shutdown. If there's no more positive tests, you can get back in the facility, but you might miss a day of practice. So it was really, really key, man, just to be locked in and focused. And I felt like the teams that were locked in and focused the most and really took the safety guidelines the most serious were pretty much more the most successful teams in the NFL this year.
Speaking of an uncertain year, pro sports played such a large role this past year in raising social justice awareness, whether it be the NBA, NFL, WNBA, Major League Baseball. What kind of conversations did that spark with you and your teammates that maybe weren't had prior?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and really, bro, I don't think it was with us and the teammates. It was more so it sparked the conversation between the players and like the front office, the owners, the head coaches. Let's face it, most head coaches in the NFL are predominantly white. And I think that it just really sparked a conversation where I know my team personally, bro. We had a meeting when everything was first going down, and this was like, man, I want to say June-ish. I mean, we had an emotional conversation on Zoom call with players and coaches, and you really just got to see both sides, both perspectives. Obviously, like some of the predominantly white male coaches, they were adamant in understanding that they didn't experience what we experienced, but they were understanding and they were trying to grind to get everyone's perspective and trying to make the conversation better and just easier. And it sparked a lot, man. I mean, we had some emotional times with our team just because you had some adamant players who were very adamant of trying to change what was going on in the world in our country at the time.
Case, looking back at your time at Fordham, of course, all-time rushing leader. Everyone has their motivations and potential turning points that lead them through their time in school and the pros. What was that for you at Rose Hill?
For me, bro, I think it was just proving to myself, man, that I could get to my end destination, my end goal. Manny, and like one thing that just motivates me to this day, well, what I tell people now, I remember my freshman year, I was in the communications class course, and it's intros, it's syllabus week, and it was kind of just like we were breaking the ice, kind of just everybody introducing themselves, you going one by one down the class, and just telling people whatever, everybody telling what their lives and goals were, or what they wanted to be in college. And it got to me, I hear people saying, oh, I want to be a neuromuscular, I want to be a financial advisor, financial analyst. And I just said straight up, I want to go to the NFL. And I remember it was kind of silent. Like I kind of like see a couple people just give me like a weird look, like, come on, bro, you're at Fordham. Like, give it up. Like, you're not at Florida State or you're not at USC, some big time school. And that was just one small motivation for me, bro. It was just proving to myself that it didn't matter how I got to where I was at. It just mattered, where I was going, and just having the vision, having the focus to understand that as long as I stay key and I stay focused on what I need to do, I can get to my end goal.
Whether it's right or not, human nature normally tells us that we look to expand, we look to do more after we achieve great heights. So you're in the NFL now. You just completed year 3. Now you look
Right.
to build even more of a career. What's next for you in the NFL? What are your next goals?
Man, proving I can just be a big time player, bro. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I really don't want to look for a mediocre season, just an all right season. I'm looking to just have a big time frog leap year type of thing and just show that I can really be the same type of playmaker I was in college.
Chase, well, best of luck. We really appreciate a few minutes here and all the best moving forward throughout your journey.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.